Hello and welcome to a little channel update here, at the end of which I'm gonna show you my 5 favorite photos of the last year, which I completely missed. So normally I show those photos at the end of the year, but yeah, somehow I forgot about it. So you're gonna see my 5 favorites at the end of this video. Also, I'm gonna show you another little post-processing trick for soft proofing. But before I do that, a few news. So I've written them down actually, so I don't forget. Yeah, the first news is, if you remember, I did an announcement video a few months back about a photo tour I'm running in February in Morocco, and there's still one spot available. So we limited the tour now to 4 participants, which makes it quite exclusive. So we're a very small group, and yeah, one spot's still open. I leave links to this tour in the description below, so if you want to join, just have a look. It's starting at February 23rd or 22nd, so yeah, not so long. Another news, yeah, for the exhibition, I finally received the large prints and they look awesome. I'm not showing them yet, so I want to show you the final prints then in the exhibition with a little vlog, but I can tell you they look awesome. At least that's my view. So the print quality is very good, and yeah, if you want to do high quality prints, I'd say the Hahnemühle Fine Art Pearl paper is a very good option. So I'll use it for my exhibition and also the Fine Art limited edition prints, and yeah, it's an option you should try if you want to see your photos represented as good as possible, I'd say. Also, I finally have a date and a location for the exhibition, which I can share with you. So it's February the 8th in Hamburg, in a place called Erste Reihe, and I also leave a link in the description below. So the vernissage is at 7. I'll be there, and yeah, if you want to say hi, just come by. Also, the exhibition will run for 2 weeks, so if you just want to see the photos, you are in Hamburg, yeah, just have a look there, and yeah, details in the description. Finally, another exciting news for me. If you remember, I'm using those Kase Wolverine filters for some time now. I also did a test about them. I like them a lot, but being glass, they're also a bit heavy. So I finally got my hands on the slim version, which is also by Kase. So let me just show you. They're roughly half the width, so much lighter. And yeah, I'm gonna test those now the next few weeks, bring them along on my photo trips, and I'm quite excited because they're so light, even lighter than the leaf filters, which were resin, which I used before Kase. So here now, it's glass, but it's very light because they're so thin. So really excited about that. So I'm gonna put them to test and then do some review videos in a few months, I think, or a few weeks. So I first have to really use them. So now I'm through with the news. Let's now look at a little post-processing trick for soft proofing again, and then I'm gonna show you my favorite images. So the little trick I want to show you has again to do with soft proofing and how you can speed up the process of it. So usually for me, when I print, it's always similar papers. I don't have 10 or 20 papers I print on. I have maybe 3 papers which I regularly use. And for the exhibition, it was basically one paper, the Hahnemühle Fine Art Pearl, which I used for 20 images. So theoretically, I would have to do soft proofing 20 times for 20 images, but yeah, to speed up this process a bit, what you can do is, after you applied soft proofing to one image, so this is the image for which I showed you the soft proofing, and you have those settings here in place, you basically create a preset for that paper and then apply this preset to the other images. So because if you look at some of the images here, you see the soft proofing is very similar. Just slight adjustments, and if you start with a preset, the adjustments you have to make are very minimal instead of starting from scratch all over again every time. So how do you create a preset? It's very simple. Here on the left you have this presets folder. If it's not visible, you can also go to Windows panels and make sure this is active, and you just click on the plus here, and this will create a preset for your current settings. If you have soft proofing active, so because you're just doing a soft proof, and then click on this plus button, it will even take the preset name from the paper you did the soft proof for. So you have everything active, click create, which I already did, and then your new profile ends up down here. And now if I want to create a new proof, I select an image. As usual, click on soft proofing, create a proof copy, and then I apply the soft proof just by clicking on the preset. And now this was very quick. What I would now do is do slight adjustments to this, but very minimal. So usually the white balance is already quite good. I would maybe tweak exposure and contrast a bit, but it really speeds up the process. Also, if you come back and want to do prints again on image, on a paper, which you haven't done so for a few months, you just go to your presets, take out the presets you used for that paper, and yeah, you're nearly done. So this was the quick tip I wanted to show you. Now it's time to look at my 5 favorite photos. And we'll actually go through my favorites in chronological order. So starting with this photo I took in the Akshigaka back in February last year. I just love the atmosphere in this one. It's intentionally very dark, but still showing enough details in the landscape with all those beautiful dunes. A sea of sand beneath the Milky Way. It's also the first photo I ever took of the Milky Way, and putting it together was quite some work, as you can see in the tutorial I did for that photo, so I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Also, this is one of the places we will visit during my photo tour through Morocco next month, and I can't wait to get back there and again have this beautiful night sky to photograph. The next 2 photos are from Colombia. So if you watched my vlogs, I'm sure you remember this photo, which I captured at the Pacific coast on a rainy morning. The golden light was just beautiful. Also, I had carefully scouted this spot the evening before, and I knew exactly where to set up my camera and how to compose the shot once I got the right light. This photo basically contains all that this coastline is about. So a dark sand beach, dark jagged rocks, sea stacks, the jungle, and also rain. Yeah, it really rained a lot when we were there, and it's only fitting for this photo. And rain is also what made the next photo so special. All the atmosphere and the soft contrasts are the result of fog and rain. This photo, unlike the last 2, wasn't planned at all. So I was out scouting, and on my way back to the lodge, as it started to rain, I saw this scene with the ferns and all this thick vegetation. And yet just had to stop and take a photo. And now I like how all is leading into the center of the frame, with the fog getting thicker and thicker the farther up. Yeah, the next photo I took in Budapest back in November, and yeah, I also recorded a vlog which I have yet to finish and post on this channel. So this photo shows Fisherman's Bastion, which is a very beautiful place, but it's also most of the day a very crowded place. So I went there twice early in the morning, and on the second try I got the perfect light just as I had pre-visualized. I love the framing provided by the architecture here, and again how everything points into the center of the image. This is a photo I totally committed to taking. I did my research, then went there to the location the first evening to scout out the place, then went back the next morning for the first attempt to capture the photos I had in mind, which didn't work because of thick clouds in the east. Then I went back the next morning, patiently waiting for the sun to break through the clouds, and yeah, finally it all fell into place. Now here for the final photo, you might remember this one from last week's video. It's actually not the photo of the end, but the last photo I took that morning. And I just like the atmosphere here, and also the chaos and how it is brought to order in this photo. The branches leading in from the bottom right, and then the continuation of it into the left part of the photo, which also contains a lot of repetition. And then there's a bit of balance created by the relatively clean foreground, and also through the fog, which simplifies the scene and also creates that beautiful atmosphere. And yeah, there you have it. That's my 5 favorites of the last year, and that's also it for this video. I hope you liked it, although it was a bit all over the place. Next up is either a post-processing video or the vlog from Budapest if I'm able to finish it. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. See you!